Rambo First Blood Part 2 is as good as the first. Not even close, but it's still enjoyable. So let's talk about it. The story in First Blood Part 2, I'm going to make this as simple as possible. It's during Vietnam. There's prisoners of war, and Rambo is sent in to save them because he's the best man for the job. So, like I said, this is nowhere near as good as the first one. The first one is a character study film. It's very heavily based around character and knowing and learning about John Rambo, while this one's just Rambo kills and causes mayhem and is on a warpath to save these prisoners. That's it. I was disappointed in it because of that, and I should have known, because I knew that as the franchise went forward, it got bigger and bigger and bigger and louder and louder and louder, and it became this action fest franchise, which is fine. So I know how 80s action films go and 90s. They just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And modern day action films do that too, like with John Wick and stuff, so it's cool. But yeah, Stallone is still good in this. All the cast is good. The action scenes are intense. They're enjoyable. They're wild. They're frantic. They're all good. But it just loses what made First Blood so good, and that's the human aspect. And they try to make a human aspect with John Rambo and this female character. It doesn't work. And they try to emotionally gut punch you with a death in the film. That doesn't work. For me personally, it didn't work. So this is short, sweet, to the point. I don't have much to say about it because it's an action movie that looks good, sounds good, the action's fun, but just the story and the characters just aren't up to par with the action. Which, with an action film, you get what you want from it, so I guess it's like still good. I'm kind of torn on it, because as a character, I like John Rambo. I think he's really cool. I think he has a lot of depth that this film doesn't really go into, that the first one did. And I'm hoping either Rambo 3, Rambo, or Rambo Last Blood goes back into that depth and finds that, it's not charm, but finds that emotional punch that the first film had. So that's Rambo First Blood Part 2. And I don't like that it's called Rambo First Blood Part 2. It should have just been called like Rambo 2, because it's not a direct, like, First Blood story is over. So there's no need to call this First Blood Part 2, but you know, Hollywood. But yeah, like always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.